Hi, Ben here and welcome back to the workshop, and today I wanted to talk to you about the blade finishes that we put on our full tang knives. Now I've just finished a pair of Woodlanders and they've both got desert ironwood as the handle scales, but just by putting a different blade finish on the actual flats of the knife it makes a very different looking knife. So like I say, these are a pair of 4-inch Woodlanders, and one has got what we call our acid stonewashed finish on there, and that gives this very sort of matte, sort of black finish to the actual flats of the knife. Obviously you're going to still have a shiny bevel to it. And the other one has got what we call a hand rub finish. So this is taken to about 400 grit finish, and obviously the scratches are all running from the handle to the tip of the knife, and it gives a very sort of classic look really. Obviously most sort of hunting knives, bushcraft knives, you'll see this sort of polished finish. Now they both will perform just as well really. The advantages of going for a stone-washed finish on the knife: if you want something that's a little bit more rustic, if you want something that's going to look a little bit more sort of like a traditional sort of working tool like an axe or something like that, then obviously this darker finish will sort of give you that sort of rustic look to it, and it will prevent sort of finger marks showing up. And if you're going to really sort of batter your knife, battening through wood or doing some really heavy work with it, then it will actually sort of hide all those sort of war wounds really that you will get on the flats of your knife. I kind of like it because it just makes it look a little bit more sort of oldie worldy, and obviously it will match if you've got things like Grandsfor's axes and other woodworking tools. It kind of makes it look kind of a matching set really. Now this one was in 01 tool steel, but we can do the stone washed finish on either carbon steels or even the stainless steels. This one is actually in AEBL stainless, so obviously you've got no worries about corrosion really, but having that sort of polished finish does give you a very classic look. If you're going to be using it for lots of food preparation and things like that, then having the sort of hand rub finish does make it a little bit easier to clean, and obviously the very smooth surfaces prevent any kind of dirt or debris, and for hygiene reasons this is probably a better finish really. Obviously it doesn't sort of show off the bevel quite as much on the polished look as it does on the stone washed finish, but yeah, it's a kind of different look. But side by side there isn't a great deal of difference other than that blade finish really. Obviously this one's got a little bit more figuring in the desert ironwood handle, but they're both the same blade thickness. Okay, this one's in carbon steel and this one's in stainless, but I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to sort of see them side by side really. I think if I was going to be choosing a knife for lots of food prep, like I say, I'd probably go for the polished look. You can choose whether you keep it dead polished like that. Some people will create what we call a patina on it, so they'll cut something like a potato or a lemon and create a slight bluing to the surface. That's if you've got a carbon steel tool. But obviously with the stainless steel, very easy to maintain. In other videos we even put a link into that video on how to maintain your knife. We use what we call a Gariflex block, which is a rubber abrasive block which you can clean up the surface very easily, and that works nicely if you've got that hand rub finish really. So that's a couple of options that you've got on the blade finishes if you choose a custom knife from ourselves. Obviously it will help understand the terminology as well, so if you're looking on our store and you see that some are available, hopefully it will actually explain a little bit about the blade finish and whether it's going to be a good option for the application that you want to use it for. So yeah, hope that helps, and tune in next time for some more knife making videos.